Previously on season 1 of Growing Together, we meet a young, confused Angela and her boyfriend Norman, but things aren't as perfect as they seem in this relationship, and the breakup was ugly. And sadly, there was a baby involved. Angela needed time away to heal from it all. There were times that she felt like she was a black sheep and that she had to go into a reflection of her life and fix parts of it that may have seemed broken. We embark on this journey with her and grow with her. She found her voice, her dream career, reconnected with family, and eventually a budding relationship. Of course, things weren't easy to get there. There's a lot of conflict. And one of the major ones towards the end of the season was Angela and her baby father co-parenting with his new girlfriend, and it was really hard. Eventually, it felt like one thing had to lead to another with this whole BS mess. Angela had to retaliate. Welcome to season 2. I'm Sasha. If you're new, this has been a series on my channel that I shared with you, and I took a long break, but I am back again and I want to bring season 2 to you. Comment of the day is from Sari Queen. It's from my recap video of season 1. If you actually don't want to watch all season 1 and you just want to watch like a little quick recap, I did actually have one if you want to watch that back and come back to this video. But Sari says, "Girl, I needed this. I can't wait for season 2. Sari, thank you so much for your comment. I love anytime you comment, so I had to put you up for comment of the day. If you want to be also part of the comment of the day, go ahead and leave your comment and I'll feature you in episode 2. So let's go ahead and start the episode. Enjoy! So we're gonna start with a flashback to Malak's birthday party because there's some things that you're missing that happened that day that would kind of fill the gaps on the final scene of season 1. So we're at Malak's birthday party, and if you remember, Norman was telling Angela, "Hey, I think you're in love with me," like just being really wild of a statement for Angela to hear. And Angela goes and talks to her sister, like when she goes downstairs to leave him, right? And remember, Daniela goes to Norman, and during this time, Leonie is the one who's comforting Angela. "I think all this turning the left cheek is getting to you." Angela says, "What do? I don't want Malak to see us fight. She's getting older by the day, and she'll understand the tension soon." So Leonie asks her, "How has it been taking this high road?" Angela says, "Exhausting." And as they were just talking, you see Byron is approaching them, and he interrupts them and says, "Daniela is cussing your baby daddy out. It looks like he wants his ex to come and she's letting him have it. He's called her and he's trying to tell her to take her taxi back. I don't really know all the much details. I just literally came here to tell you what I just heard." Leonie gives Angela a look. Angela says, "He's gonna pull another stunt?" "They think you're gonna roll over and bend to their will, and I know you weren't raised to accept that kind of BS, Angela," Leonie says. Angela's silent. She knows she has to go change. It's time for Malak to blow her candles. She can't even focus on what's going on. We fast forward to Angela being in Willow Creek. She's sitting on the couch in the attic, thinking of whether she should just straight up record this video. She's tried many times to say something and she's walked away. However, the words of Leonie rang in her head. "They think you're gonna roll over." Angela huffed to herself. In a perfect world, I'd roll over to them. It wasn't a matter of if, it was a matter of when she was gonna record it. About a week later, Angela found the strength to record it after she had a really great meeting with a client from her digital art that she was doing, and she recorded the video in one go and it went viral. In the video, Angela gives a timeline of her relationship with Norman, how she met Aaron, and the text receipts of Norman slightly flirting with her, which she never responds to, and his opinions on Xander. She talks about how Xander was classy to not show up to Malak's birthday party out of respect for Norman, which Norman didn't even deserve at all because of how he didn't even respect Angela and wanted to bring Aaron anyway and went against her wishes. Even though Aaron has disrespected Angela multiple times, she even mentioned how he copied her bumblebee tattoo. It was a very juicy video. Think of like, who the F did I marry? I mean, social media ate it up. She went viral across all social media platforms with this. And we already know how everyone in her life reacted. They were surprised as she went there. And of course, Aaron and Norman were gagged. Okay. So let's go ahead and go to the current timeline to see what's going on. Angela's finished her vacation in Willow Creek. She's back home in San Myshuno, and her mother is with her for the night.
My dear, I have a story to tell you today. On my way to work, I was shown a video that has social media buzzing. Everyone has their opinion on the new viral video called Where Have I Been by Angela365. Angela Hill states that as a single mother, she is trapped in an awful situation with her baby's father. Not only that, she also exposes his girlfriend, who is a famous.
Mom, turn that off. Her mother says, okay, but I can't believe that happened. Angela says, I know. I had no choice. If you're wondering, yes, Norman has contacted Angela and he was really rude to her. She texted him back, move on. I gagged. He thought, should he apologize? And then he also felt very embarrassed and stuck for just cussing her out like that. And he did it more than once. And he knows that now it's awkward between them. And Angela wants her distance. But this has been like, I would say 2 weeks since he's done that. And tonight he did also contact her and she ignored him and she thought, like get a hint, and Norman leaves her another voice note, but this time his approach is a bit different. He says, I know you don't want to talk, but I miss Malak. The photos your parents are sending me aren't enough. Please FaceTime me or take Malak to your parents and let them FaceTime me. I'm sorry for my part in any of this. We don't want any smoke. Also, Erin is going on a press run to clear her image up. Tell Malak I love her though, okay? And I also want to introduce to you that Norman does have a podcast. It's called The Truth Pill because the truth is tough to swallow. So yeah, you could guess what kind of podcast that is. So let's go ahead and fast forward to the next day. Obviously, we know that Erin is not happy with the video, but she's more focused on having a united front with Norman. So Norman says to her, you've got this, Erin, just tell your truth. I'm scared. The public is not on our side. This interview can change that. Go sit on that purple chair and be honest.
Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. How you doing?
Hey, co-host. Hey, studio audience.
Today we're interviewing that girl from that viral video. You are my people. We are hearing the side of Erin Dillard, who is the subject of all controversy. Welcome in, Erin. Welcome, Erin. Oh, wow, you look so good today. Let's start with shoe cam. It seems like you got yourself in quite a pickle. It's never easy co-parenting. Do you regret being with him? Aren't you scared he's going to do that to you? And why would you feel comfortable thanking that lady and telling her thank you for giving me a better man or whatever you said? Well, Wendy, I love my fiance and we were keeping our engagement under wraps. It's complicated for sure, but I'm always up for a challenge. You've seen my TikToks. And to answer that question, wouldn't you think the ex of someone for giving you such a great man? What if she stayed? Ooh, you're messy, my people. Congratulations, I met your boyfriend backstage and he did so well. Listen to your old auntie Wendy, ladies. These are grown people and they know what they're getting themselves into. It's entertainment for us and keeps our business going. But she's happy and we applaud that. Thank you for coming on the show, Erin. Up next, we have Ask Wendy. Fun fact, by the way, Wendy thought that Erin was pretentious for her first the first impression mod, and Erin thought Wendy was annoying. Thought that would be a funny add-on for you. I also want to say that I feel like with Erin, she forgives Norman, but we're going to understand more of her storyline this season and how she views relationship. But let's just say that because they're engaged, things are better in the Dillard Draper home. So we're going to have a bit of a time jump, y'all. Yes. And basically, it's just a chill 2 months, let's say. And, they celebrated Charlie's birthday. I have a couple of photos for you too. And Xander met Angela's family, and they all like him except Angela's brother for some reason. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just like for the protective brother thing, who knows. And then, of course, Norman tries to get in contact with Angela. She's just not responding to him like that. And fun fact, Xander and Angela have been, I would say, exclusive in a relationship like this for 4 months. And now we're just going to be looking at the time jump where Angela and Xander are together. And, Xander is saying that he has to go out of town for work. Angela says, oh, what does your job have you doing now? And Xander says, seminars, lunch break, more seminars. And then Angela says, that sounds... Xander interrupts, boring, I know, I'm gonna miss you. When I call, please answer my calls, okay? Angela says, always. They have this steamy romantic dynamic, and I don't know, it's like so far smooth sailing between them, I would say. They had a really cute little, like, I would say almost like workout lunch date. Like, they went to a stall and then they just had some food, and then he just grabbed and kissed her again. I was like, what's going on? And then they even slow danced, and I'm just like, y'all are in your own little world, and I love that for y'all. Xander arrives and he contacts Angela and his family to tell them that he's arrived and he's safe and not to worry. So he goes to this building, goes down the stairs. There's a couple of entrances that he has to do. It's a little exclusive kind of club or something. Xander's just walking, and it's like, boom, he enters this room and he says, sorry, I missed my flight. And then you see Bonnie, and she goes, what were you occupied with? Is everything okay at home? And then Xander says, no, I was on a date. And then everyone in the room's like, ooh. And Xander says, okay, enough about me. What's the status? Agent Torres says, take over. Biggs. Noah Biggs says, our informant has a lead that the gang is headed to Hanford-on-Bagley to a village supplier. Whatever that villager made, they say will have you hooked instantly the first time you try it. The rehabilitation centers there are scared for their citizens as they have admitted a few patients and they are not prepared for a crisis like this. As a result, the Sims have an instant self-discovery that shows signs of erratic behavior. Bonnie says, isn't this the job for the SDO, aka the Stop Drugs Organization? And then she goes, we know how they get. Lorelai is just like there and she's just annoyed with this information. If you watched the Smallwood Machinima, you'd kind of know that Lorelai and Bonnie are spies, and there's just a bit of history there. I recommend you to watch that back. But yes, Xander is their co-worker. So Agent Torres says, Agent Wynn, if you have listened to what Agent Biggs said right now, you'd know that they crossed over to our jurisdiction, and with your history with the SDO ladies, I thought you'd be a great help. Agent X, you're leading the assignment. Call me when you've made the arrests, and if you fail, I'm sending you guys back to Team C. Xander says, we know what we have to do. Let's prepare agents. Lorelai says, at this point, you mean Team B. Agent Torres smirks.
Engines, we are T-minus 30 minutes. We just passed the skies of Windenburg. Prepare for landing.
Landing, thank you.
So what you watched there was, and I hope you followed, that Xander is a spy. Yes. And obviously he's undercover a lot of the time and he can't share his career. So he just makes it sound like he casually works at like a corporate job that sends him places and blah, blah, blah. And he has to travel around the world and the country and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, it's just too like boring to ever really talk about. That's like the secret. That's the secret that I gave you guys for episode 1, that Xander is a spy. And, you know, he did talk to his friends about it. Will he tell Angela the truth that he's a spy? We're going to have to find out more on that. So, yeah, like I said, the machinima gives a bit of smaller context for this major tea that I just spilled right now. We are at the rec center where Angela usually does her painting with the paint blushers. And so it's kind of like her first time in a while she's shown up. And not only that, but today was kind of like bring your kid to like the event or anything, and it was kind of a free-for-all. Do you want to paint? Do you want to chat? So it was supposed to be just a relaxing day with the paint blushers, and Angela was like, you know what, this sounds fun, let me show up. And fun fact, her auntie did join the paint blushers. Her aunt China used to be into painting, and I would assume she probably was in the paint blushers at one point, but she had to leave because she was just pregnant. It was just too much. So she just recently came back after having her recent baby Lorelai. So auntie is here, and Angela was just hanging out with everyone and just kind of talking here and there. It was really cute. She even like taught Melak how to like get the blocks together, and she was like screaming like, yeah, she was just so happy. And you know, yeah, you could see some of the other club members here, and I would love to introduce some of them in the future. Like one of them actually is married to Angela's sister-in-law's brother. And yeah, I hope you guys meet that couple. Like Angela played poker with Leonie, Auntie China, and oddly enough Nico was around, so I had him join them, and they were just all chatting together, and I thought it was really cute. Obviously Angela had to go to the bathroom. She just left them like that. I was like, girl, you don't want to lose, I know you. And so then after that, I just was just looking at everybody, and it was really nice seeing them interact. I really liked the club feature for that. Eventually Angela and Leonie got to catch up, and they had a cute little convo. Leonie says, hey girl, I'm having a birthday party for the twins this weekend. Wanna come? It's small and intimate. Angela says, of course, I'll bring Malak, Charlie, and Channing too. And then Leonie's like, I need moral support. My ex is already dating someone and he's bringing them for the birthday. And Angela says, well, speaking of him, how has he been since, you know? Leonie says, I know he has to talk to his new sisters, and we're trying to get to know the new sisters and have them even come for their birthday party. By the way, his new sisters are Angela's cousins, so it's kind of like really funny and messed up. So Angela says, how are you taking all of this? Leonie says, I don't have a family to pop up from thin air and clean me, and he has another father willing to love him, and he rejects that. My father died after high school. I've just been so alone. Angela says, you still have my family, and like in a cool way, we're kind of related now. You have me, and I promise I'll be here. It won't be like last time. Leonie says, are you sure? Considering Zorro. Angela says, I'll be on my best behavior at the party. Don't worry, I promise. Leonie says, okay, you are the best, Angie Pie. And just like, whoa, I haven't heard that one since high school, Lily Cake. Leonie says, oh, okay, I think my kids got the weird quirks from me now that I think about it. Girl, my twins can't even make friends in preschool because they talk in a secret twin language. Literally, it's why the birthday party is family only, basically. And the girls just burst into laughter. It's like so unserious. It's Friday, and I had Channing and Charla and little Lacey have a sleepover with Malak. I thought it would be easier. Instead of Angela going to everybody's house, they all just stay over and she has the space in her home anyway. So it was really cute. They were all just interacting, and it was just adorable, of course. And then y'all, tell me why like 2 seconds after Angela goes to sleep, Malak wakes her up. And oh my god, it was so unserious. I was like, why is she a menace? But she's a little baby at the same time, so like I can't really judge her. It was really cute though. They made a whole moment out of it. Angela put her baby to bed, and then it was the next morning. Angela made some gummy pancakes. It was so adorable. Charlotte caught her cleaning the counter, and then even Channing was also cleaning that counter. Like, what? And then like he decided to walk the dog. Angela's like, okay, food's done, I'm gonna clean the plate. But then tell me why Charlotte picks up the plates and decides to clean up herself too. And then I had to feed Uni. And then also I noticed Charlotte was sick, so I decided to give her some medicine because I don't want her to get passed around something, to the party, and also not her to feel bad. And then Channing came back, ate food. I know it's a hot mess, but it's like 4 or 5 kids in the house at this point. Like, I'm what I'm saying? Malak Senior texts Angela. She was like, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. So I'm assuming maybe Angela must have posted all them little kids on her Simsta story or something for her to know like that Angela may not be taking care of herself as much. Anyway, so then after that, like they smelled Lacey's diaper, so then I had to go and help Lacey with her diaper. And then after that, it was time for everybody to dress up and get ready for the party. So I'll meet you over there. The theme is Pink Princess Birthday Party. That's what the twins wanted. So everybody's supposed to wear pink to this birthday party.
Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
So we're at the twins' birthday party, y'all. And obviously, Auntie Rosalie and Auntie Cecily are here for their twin niece and nephew. This is their kind of first time being around Zoro's family. They only ever hung out with their new brother. But don't forget, these girls are actually Angela's first cousins. Yes. So obviously, Angela's going to go check on her cousins, talk to them, and catch up. It's so adorable. And you already know Rosalie and, Angela are like besties anyways. The girls have apologized that they've been kind of MIA to each other. Rosalie has kind of been exploring a relationship with that one guy she met in San Myshuno. He moved to Evergreen Harbor, but she's not sure she wants to fully go there, but like he's here, so it's like, I don't know. Is she settling? Who knows? And obviously they're just kind of like, wait, like what about you, Miss Girlfriend, who has this mysterious boyfriend? And then Angela's kind of like, oh, he's not that mysterious. I know everything about him. And then Rosalie probably says something like, well, we don't, so he's a mystery to us, girly. Angela notices that Cecily's eyebrows are different. They're pink. She's like, what's going on? She's like, girl, let me send you the pic. Look at your phone. So then when Angela looks at her phone, she's like, wait, girl, is that you? I know you lying. You secured a cover. She's like, yeah, I basically told them I'm willing to do anything for the cover. And you know what? They gave it to me. So that was pretty much the tea there. And just as they were talking, Zoro and his new girlfriend, Ariella, come in. And you're like, Sasha, that's not the same Ariella, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I am messy, okay? And just as I say this, Angela recognizes it. She's like, wait, is that Ariella, my childhood friend? Like, gag. Are they really here? And yes, they are. Okay, so I'm just gonna have them go ahead and just check around the party and stuff. And just as Ariella is here, she recognizes her childhood friend Angela at this party. Ariella's like, Angela, hey, come here. And Angela's like, hey, Ariella. And obviously this triggers Zoro when he hears the moment he hears Angela's name, as just he's saying hi to his children, happy birthday and stuff like this, So Zoro literally goes to Leonie and goes, her family ruined my life. What is she doing here? Leonie says, you're blaming Angela for the actions of checks notes, what your parents did. And then his mother says, actually, I think it's worse hiding your revenge affair. Like, Mary, don't gag the live like this, sis. Her ex-husband Zorian says, for the last time, you're the one who stepped out of the marriage first. And the twins start crying because their parents look like they're arguing, their grandparents look like they're arguing. This is supposed to be a joyous occasion for the twins. And so Zoro's messy behind tells his ex-wife Leonie, see, girl, what? That's how we gonna end the episode? Yes, a cliffhanger. Haha, I know, I got you. I'm so sorry. So episode 2 is gonna take about a month and a bit to work on because I do kind of want to work into the other video ideas that I have and mod releases. So let's say end of July to early to mid-August, episode 2 will be out. And you already know it took a lot of effort to release this episode. While it may just be under 30 minutes, you know that your girl was cooking for weeks to release this episode. Yes, okay. So thank you so much for watching. And also I wanted to ask, did you know that Xander was a spy? What are your unhinged takes? Because I got one and it was Norman and Angela are gonna end up together. I've actually got a couple of comments like that in the past, so I'm very interested. Are you low-key an Angela and Norman shipper? Question mark. What's tea? Hello? Anyway, other than that, thank you so much. I'd love to hear what you have to say, because I'm going to also add you on comment of the day for episode 2, so I'd love to read through that. And I wish you a lovely, 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 lovely day. Take care.